First name is Alex, last name Steiner, but my nickname is Jayarr. I've always made t-shirts as a hobby. I actually started this business like 8 years ago, but it was just like heat press shirts, like with an iron on an ironing board. Fast forward like 6 years later, I'm in the nuclear industry, traveling around the country working different nuclear plants. That fell out from underneath me. I had nowhere else to go, nowhere else to work. I don't really have any particular skills. Like all the graphic design skills I have, I learned just from tooling around in Photoshop. Started working at a gas station and just realized how difficult that is. Me and a buddy of mine came up with the idea to restart this, but actually have a space and buy equipment, so we did. That's pretty much how it started, just out of desperation. Just getting sick of working like that 9-to-5 slog. I do a bit of everything, so most of what I do here is like actually t-shirt printing. But I also do embroidery, I do, sticker printing, I do a lot of graphic design. I mean, you know what's so important is just to be nice. And I know that sounds like so simple and rudimentary, but I don't have any kids, but I remember being taught as a kid it's so important to be nice. And like, I have the same product as the guy at the street. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have the same stuff, but I'm nice. My customers are comfortable working with me. That's what separates each business owner from their business. Like, most of us pretty much have the same product, but if you can get a customer to fall in love with you, you can be successful. My short-term goal is just to grow just a tiny bit more, but I don't have to do much marketing for that. I just have to continue to be nice. When I think about long-term, I think I want to stay small. I could have it be me and my one employee for the rest of my time being in business, because the amount of apparel that we can produce in one day, the profit from that is more than we could ever need to live. I love the business the way it is now. I love how calm it is, how quiet it is. The fact that I can hang out with my dogs during the day and take off when I want. I can't even imagine being any bigger than I am now. I would say the hardest thing of having a business that's your full-time gig would be that jump off the cliff from working your normal 9-to-5 to owning a business. It's terrifying and it's difficult. I actually worked at a gas station on Lake and Ridgeway, and I would give all the customers business cards for like the first 6 months and just tell them I do t-shirts, I do t-shirts. I would get their orders during the day and then come print them at night. And then eventually you have to hit a point where you're like, look, I can either get paid $9 an hour working 40 hours a week, or I can be broke but wake up doing what I love. And that transition sucks. I'm a huge fan of this comedian Joey Diaz. I had an idea for a t-shirt for him. I went on Twitter, I just randomly sent him a mock-up of a shirt with the design, and next thing you know, I'm getting a phone call from somebody famous, and now I do all his fulfillment. That's probably been the highest, most recent point. I would say the long-lasting high is just waking up when I want, coming to the shop when I want, taking the dogs to the park when I want, just having the freedom, and knowing that I'm building something for myself and not working for somebody else. The first bit of advice I would give you would be to do the research. YouTube is a great resource to learn anything. That's how I learned 75% of what I know today. Start small, YouTube tutorials, find something you really want to do, and the first year you're gonna get a lot of no's. You're gonna be going into businesses and people are gonna turn you away. They're gonna say no thanks, you don't look, in their mind you don't look legit. Don't worry about it, because eventually 1 out of 10 people is gonna say yes, I'll do business with you, and then that's all it takes, just persistence. It's just all about paying it forward. If somebody takes care of you, you gotta pay it forward. Even if somebody has never taken care of you, put that energy into another person, especially locally, and we will become a stronger city. It's all about reciprocating that positive energy. I'm Jayarr Steiner, and I'm changing the way you view this generation.
Let's take a chance, we're gonna stand, we will be strong.